Hello and welcome to Two Peas in a Podcast. I'm Razultor, but you can call me Raz for short.
And I'm Sarah Fantastic.
And on today's episode, we are talking about our top 10 favorite board games in honor of National Board Game Day, which is, of course, April 30th.
Which is Saturday, so you should play some board games on Saturday to celebrate.
I guess it's technically International Tabletop Day, is the way it's officially phrased. But Geek and Sundry are the ones who usually do a whole bunch of stuff for it. So they always have a live stream with a bunch of fun people, all live streaming games. And I know we will probably be playing games, hopefully. We'll see.
Hopefully.
So it should be fun. But as always on the show, we do Fancy Sock Friday, which you're not wearing any socks. And
Great, you ruined my surprise.
I'm wearing the most boring socks. So our Fancy Sock Friday is not strong today. I literally am wearing black Argyles, and the Argyle is black and gray. It's the most boring I've ever seen.
I am not wearing socks because it is spring break, and on spring break you are not required to leave your house for classes, so you can just stay inside and watch Netflix all day.
Exactly. No, you're just wearing nude socks.
No. I give up.
You knew nothing, Jon Snow.
Oh my gosh.
It's starting. Get ready for lots of terrible puns this episode.
That's fine.
Because we've been trying to pun off everything. So as always, we also do a story or fact about ourselves for every episode. And so I can go for my story first, I guess.
Go for it.
So we were playing one of our favorite games that's on this list. And something terrible happened. And Sarah was evil. And she summoned an evil, elder demon god. And so I was super afraid because I knew that it would be very strong and that she shouldn't be this evil character. So I was like, all right, I have an adrenaline shot. So I stabbed myself with the adrenaline shot, which made my roll better.
Where'd you stab yourself at?
In the heart. Yep, to get my heart going. Because obviously it stopped because I was so freaked out with seeing an elder god. And then I stabbed my blood dagger into the elder god and I was able to stun it because usually you can't kill those type of monsters. So I was really happy because I stunned an elder god.
Weren't you supposed to take damage from using your
I lost a speed.
Okay.
Because it's literally stabbing into my veins.
Okay.
And then if someone takes it, I lose even more. I take even more damage. Yeah, it's like a dangerous dagger to use, but it helps you.
Okay. My story of the day is when Raz came over today, he opened up his phone to play a song while we were working on this list and stuff.
And I had already played 2 songs, and I was holding Oliver, and Oliver was just laying
This
there.
is my story.
I was just adding
This is
color.
my story. This is my story. Okay? You don't have to tell it just because you're a man.
Actually,
Stop
history is always a man thing because
it's his story.
Yeah.
No, that means it's God's
Why not
thing.
her story?
Because his is God.
But it's not capitalized.
Okay, I'm telling a story.
Sorry, go on with your story.
So, Raz is holding Oliver, and, Oliver's totally fine. And then Raz starts playing this song that has sort of a classical music vibe. It's very staccato, very stringy. And Oliver, just freaks out. He jumps up and, starts running around the room, and his eyes are really big. And then at one point, he was hiding behind my chair, just peeking around the side, freaking out. So we learned today that Oliver does not like staccato classical music.
Staring at my phone.
He was so freaked out. He had to come and investigate every piece of technology that we had over here to figure out where it was coming from.
Yep.
And now he's sitting facing the corner because he's mad at us, I think.
It's okay, he'll start making noise in the middle of the episode sometime.
It's fine. He'll just jump up and knock over our microphone.
It's great. So we're going to jump into our top 10 list, which I accidentally put backwards on our outlines. So we're going to do...
If we make any mistakes, blame Raz.
Yep, it's all my fault, like usual. So the first game, our number 10 on our list, is Munchkin. So Munchkin is super fun. I really like... basically games that I can role play in, even though it's not a full-blown role-playing game.
Mm-hmm.
So with Munchkin, I can create this character and they can get races and classes and get all this fun items and stuff, like a rat on a stick, which can help you.
A rat on a stick will not help you.
It helps you. You can throw it away to distract a monster and get away for free. It's worth it.
I've never used a rat on a stick for that purpose.
I know, but it's great because it's a rat on a stick. Or you can use your 11-foot pole, which comes standard with every adventurer's pack.
My favorite is the broadsword because it can only be used by ladies.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then the gentleman's club can only be used by men.
Or Achilles' heels. Are those only for guys or only for girls? I can't remember.
I think they're only for guys, but I don't know.
Which is hysterical.
Yeah, I really like them. There's a lot of fun stuff like flaming armor or staff of napalm, which is a wizard-only item. There's just a lot of fun cards and funny things. And then the whole game, you basically just hate everyone who's playing with you because they can mess you up. But you can also mess them up. And so it's this perpetual like war of, if you do something to me, I'm going to stab you in the back.
It's pretty great.
It's great. The only problem is sometimes I get the munchies.
That was my pun!
You didn't say that was good. What?
I came up with that.
What? We didn't even mention anything like that.
It's fine. We're fine.
You can't blame that on me. I also had one which was like Munchkin, why not Munch Queen? But it doesn't really work.
That doesn't work either, but that's okay. We came up with a bunch of bad ones.
What if they're not my kin, though?
So what you're saying is, you are not related to short people.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But do you know the Munchkin Man?
We are moving on from this before we get stuck in this hole of bad punnery.
That's a good idea.
So the number 9 game on our list is King of Tokyo. And I love King of Tokyo because you're role playing as different types of monsters. And my favorite is is it the Mecha Lizard? What's it called?
Mecha Godzilla? I don't know.
It's something like that. I like to be the giant mechanical lizard. And so what you're doing is you're fighting against other monsters and you're all trying to take control of Tokyo. And when you're in Tokyo, only one monster can be in Tokyo. And when you're in Tokyo, all the damage you do to all monsters. But then all the other monsters on their turns can do damage to you. And when you're in Tokyo, you can't heal. And so, like, you have to give up Tokyo. And so you can win either by killing all the other monsters or by winning 20 points. I have actually never won by points because I don't play the long game.
You just try and
kill everyone. But doing damage...
So you spend a lot of time attacking of Tokyo?
Oh my gosh. It is too early for this.
It's too early, as we say, so recording at 4 in the afternoon.
It's still too early for this. So, that's King of Tokyo. I really like it because you get to beat people up and yell at people, and it's a fairly quick game, and it comes with like these giant dice that they're really nice to roll.
They're great to roll.
And so...
Yeah, it's great. Really I love playing the Kraken and saying that his name is the Quacken and he is actually a duck. And you guys have been mistaking him for the wrong thing his whole life. That's
completely fair.
Totally truthful.
I'd take a crack at that.
Oh my gosh.
Time to move on.
Alright, so our number 8 game on our list is Dominion. And so Dominion is a deck building game, which is super fun. It's set in like a fantasy setting. And so you spend the whole game like building your deck and getting it to where you do these crazy combos every turn. And Sarah hates this game, but I really like it.
It's so overwhelming. And I feel like part of it is every time we play with a different deck because you can add or take out different cards.
Yeah.
So it changes the game. So I'll get used to like one set of cards. And then the next time we play, we'll have different cards, and so I don't know how to, like... Yeah.
To me, that's my favorite thing, though, because every time you play, it can be a different experience. And so you can really have to, like... You can't stick to one strategy. You have to adapt to the cards that are in the pile every time.
Well, I'm not adept at adapting, I guess.
You're not a deck at adapting.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know.
This is going to be so bad.
You don't really dominate the competition.
If you can make it through this episode, you will know what it's like playing board games with us for a day or so. It's pretty bad.
You're just a minion.
Our Never 7 game is Nautilus Industries, and I love this game because it's a resource management game, and I feel like I'm pretty good at those. I like those. So basically, you are like running this company, and you're drilling down into the earth to get these gems, and you have to know when to hold them and when to sell them, because when you sell them, the market value goes down one for each.
Expecting you to say you need to know when to hold them and when to fold them.
This isn't Dominion. There aren't cards.
It just sounded like that's where you were going with it.
I'm sorry. I have failed everyone.
You got to be really industrious in this game. Keep going.
I don't even know where I was.
Gems, you don't want to.
Oh yeah,
you don't want to know when to hold them and fold them.
So this is also a game where either you can like team up with people and play nice, or you can stab them in the back. Because if someone is collecting the same color gems as you and you sell before them, it goes down. So someone could have been hoarding, 6 or 7 blue gems, and then you sell your 3 before they get a chance to, and it goes down right after you sell them. So then you've just like messed up their whole life.
Yeah.
And they cry. So I like that game.
Flood the market with supply.
So it's pretty great.
Yeah, it's fun. So this is our number 6 game?
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, man. Already moving on. It's Pandemic. And Pandemic, I like it a lot because it is a cooperative game where you're all trying to fight disgusting disease as it tries to take over the world. And so you're all working with the CDC in Atlanta, and you have to try and get all over the world and stop the diseases from spreading and outbreaking. And the game is meant for you to lose, so it's really hard to win.
There are like 6 ways you can lose.
Yeah,
it's
but
terrible.
when you win, it feels really good. And you were like,
you've cured the world.
Guys, we all did it. And then it's really sad because, like, if you guys lose, then everyone there loses and there are no winners.
So it's a good team game. It's a team game all the way through.
It's fun.
So I wouldn't recommend playing Pandemic right after you've played Munchkin because you'll still be really
you won't want to work together because you've been stabbing each other in the back.
Okay.
Did I have a pun for this?
No, that would be Pundemic.
That would be Pundemic. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I feel like we need like a live studio audience who just like gasps and rolls their eyes whenever we make a bad pun.
Or we just need like a soundboard and just play crickets after we pun.
I would rather have live crickets actually.
Live crickets.
Just like hopping around my apartment.
All right, we'll talk to your old roommate who has
I'm terrified of crickets. I'm terrified of crickets. All right. Our number 5 game is called We Didn't Play Test This at All. It's a quick, fast little card game.
Yeah, it only takes a couple minutes to play usually.
Yeah, they mark it as it takes 1 to 5 minutes to play around. And the cards are just completely random, off-the-wall things. There's 4 different cards, and it's you ask everybody if they want presents. And they either say yes, they want a present, or no, they don't want a present. And the presents can be an empty box. It can be a poisonous snake. It can be kittens. So depending on how you answer, depends on whether or not you're still in the game. And so it happens really quickly. It's complete ridiculousness. And you could play it for hours straight.
Yeah, that's great.
It's pretty great.
I
think we both own that game each.
I think so, yeah. So the number 4? Mm-hmm. Yeah, number 4 on our list is Catan. Catan, I say Catan. I know it's Catan, but whatever.
No, see, I feel like it's actually Catan, and I say Catan, and I say it wrong.
No, it's Catan, I'm pretty sure. The Settlers of Catan. I'm just used to saying Catan because my grandma introduced us to the game, and that's the way she said it. But Settlers of Catan is like, I don't like it as much now that I've been introduced to other board games, but it's kind of the board game that got me into more board games, so I have to like give it props.
My
for
dad
being
loves
a gateway
this game.
board game.
Oh my gosh. You make it sound like it's a bad thing. Catan is not a bad thing. It is highly addictive if you ask my father, but you'll be fine. there's only like 5 expansion packs, so you can only spend so much money on it.
Yeah, if people won't trade you, it's a real catastrophe.
The look on Raz's face as he struggled to pull that one out is worth that.
Sorry, we don't usually use NST as a consonant cluster in English.
I like how you just like brought in linguistics class into this. This is beautiful.
It's a reason for my sadness.
Catan is a good game, though. Like, if you're looking to get into board games, like Raz said, it's a good gateway game.
Yeah, you don't have to just settle for this.
Oh my goodness.
Yours is the next game, so you can stop me whenever you want.
I feel like we're really fishing for puns right now, and I say that only because I have the fish expansion pack for Catan.
Mm-hmm,
and
that's true.
I like the fish. Adding the fish into the game.
I guess I'll harbor that pun.
Oh my gosh. So number 3 on our list is Takeida.
Wait, do you call it sheep or wool? This is my biggest question. Most important.
I do call it sheep.
I call it sheep too, and I call it wood, not lumber.
Yeah, no, it's wood.
And then it's bricks.
Bricks.
I call it bricks.
Wheat and wheat byproducts.
I do call it wheat.
And then
I've heard people call it hay. That's
no,
really
it's
weird.
wheat and wheat byproducts, guys.
Yeah, and then it's ore.
Or what?
Gosh.
That pun gets told like 7 times during a single game at my house. So out of tradition. Do you have any like
when worlds collide?
Oh my gosh.
Do I have any what?
Do you have any like family house rules when you play?
I don't think so. We haven't done any like weird rules. We really want to try and play with all of the expansions at once, like play Seafarers and Cities and Knights and add something from Traders and Barbarians. But we're like, that would be so many rules, and just the time to set it up, we'd have to make like the victory point goal be like 25, just so.
Well, but you add in 1 or 2 for each of those, so like it would be like 16.
Yeah. But we need to make it like big so that way we didn't spend our whole life setting this up for nothing.
Oh my gosh. So at my house, we do have a house rule where when you put a settlement down, you have to go, settlement! And whenever you put a city down, you have to go, city up! And if you don't, then you get mocked. So there's no actual penalties, but it's really funny because the 4-year-old Joe will walk around the house going, settlement! And it's really funny to watch him do that.
Oh, Joe.
All right, can we move on to number 3 now?
It's you who are introducing it. We can move on whenever you want.
I've tried to move on twice, and puns just got in the way. So I was just making sure we're done. So our 3rd game is Takeida, and I really like this game because Takeida is not about winning the game; it's about the journey. So the game is set up where you play a character, and that character has a certain amount of money, and you're going on a trip across Japan. And on the board, you can make stops. You can stop and go shopping for souvenirs. Everybody stops to eat. You can stop and do paintings. You can make friends.
Stop and go to hot springs and try and get monkeys to go to hot springs with you.
And so each of these things will give you points towards the end of the game. But it's more about like having a good journey. And my favorite character to play, there's this little orphan girl, and she eats for free. But you do like a blind eating where there's one more food card than the number of people playing. And as you get in, like you look at them and you pick one and you pay your money for it. But you can't eat the same thing twice. And there are like 4 food stops, I think. Mm-hmm. And so there is a chance that if you're drawing blind, you're going to draw the same thing. And so you run the risk of like not being able to eat food.
That's true.
Which is, it's scary, but it's a lot of fun. I actually had really good luck with that whenever I played last time. Because I got like all the really expensive food and didn't repeat anything.
Yep, and you got it all for free.
It was great. That's what happens when you're an orphan girl who has a cat. She has a cat on her card. That's why I'm her.
I just love that I was the old man who gets to donate. Like, if you donate, then the bank donates to the temple as well.
Yeah. And you made up this ridiculous backstory that actually Like, you were also an orphan.
Like I said, I role play in every game that I play.
It was ridiculous because this character was also an orphan, and this character was a woman pretending to be a man.
It's a patriarchal
to hide in society or something.
Yep.
And was also, like, was a samurai at one point, and it was a ridiculous backstory that just got more and more ridiculous. It was beautiful.
It's true.
So if you ever get a chance to play Takedo with Raz, take it.
Yep, I will roleplay in every game that I play.
Will you roleplay in our number 2 game?
This is our... number 2. I do roleplay in our number 2 game as well. So our number 2 game is one that our friends got recently that we've been playing with them. It's called Steampunk Rally. And so in this game, you all get to play fun inventors. And so it's super, super fun. You all try and build your invention as you go along, and you're trying to race to the finish.
Yeah, and you're building a car.
And once you pass the finish line, everyone gets one more turn, and their goal is to get as far as they can and basically just, like, blow up their machine and try to get all the way to the end. And so I found it super fun, and maybe it's just because both times I've played, I've won.
It's true.
But it is super fun. I played the Wright brothers, and then I played Mary Curie also, and so I was like, man, guys, you gotta watch out for that radiation poisoning the whole time I played Mary Curie, and it was great. One day I would really like to live stream this game.
Oh my gosh, I would rather you not.
Rather. That was a stretch. I don't know what that was supposed to be.
Oh my goodness. I like Steampunk Rally because it's really complex, and, like, as you add stuff to your machine, like, you have to earn different types of different colored dice to be able to do different things, to do movements and stuff. And so, like, by the end of the game, it's really complex, and, like, you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna put this in this spot so I earn 2 dice so I can roll these dice so I can place them here so I can get 4 blue dice so I can do 1 movement.
Yeah, I usually get really a machine ridiculous. That's like cyclical, meaning that I get dice which give me more dice which give me more dice, and so I just keep getting more and more dice and putting them in places that give me more dice, and it's great.
It's pretty great.
Yep.
Alright, the last game on our list is Betrayal at House on the Hill. And this is like a mashup of every bad horror movie you've ever seen or ever wanted to see. So you're playing as these characters who are in a haunted house or an old abandoned house, and they're discovering the layout of the house as they go along. And there are 3 different types of rooms. There are rooms that give you event cards where creepy events happen that you can either be hurt by or can gain items or things.
There can be good and bad things that happen. Usually you have to make some sort of roll.
And usually we fail because we're bad at rolling.
Typically, yeah.
And then there are item cards, which can help you once the plot twist in the game happens. And then there are omen cards, which are like special items.
They're usually good things, but they get it closer to the bad haunt happening.
And so then when the haunt happens when you roll dice that equal to less than the number of omens on the table.
Yep, so it usually happens about halfway through the game.
It's easy to do because the dice, you roll 6 of them, but there are 2 blank sides, 2 sides with only 1 pip on them, and then 2 sides with 2 pips on them. So it's easy to roll blanks. And that happens to me a lot.
Yeah, it's bad.
And then once the haunt happens, one person in the game becomes the traitor, and then you have to figure out how to win. Because now instead of being a cooperative game, you're now fighting against each other.
Takes a lot of betrayal and error.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know.
I need
this is my life.
To be healed because of that bad pun. To be healed.
Oh, no.
Why did we pick this one for number 1?
Because Bahoth is awesome.
We play it a lot.
We do play it a lot.
I feel like after, like straight up RPG games, this is what we play the most.
It's really fun because it's basically like an RPG in a box, and I like that.
Yeah. And
so you can really get into your character, or you can just kind of play along. And so we were playing with one of our friends yesterday, and it was just super fun because the whole time she was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I was like, just do this, and then do this, and then we're fine. And she actually ended up finding the room that we needed to win. And so it felt really good when we were able to be like, here it is, we did it. And then we beat Sara, and it was great.
I mean, you didn't so much beat me as I killed myself, and then...
But you lost.
I did lose.
So
I did lose.
So we did beat you.
Oh my
so
gosh.
we do have 2, like, honorable mentions-ish kind of things.
That's not how this works at all.
Well, you go.
Okay. So, if any of you have read The King Killer Chronicle by Patrick Rothfuss, there is a game in the second book called Talk.
Or Tack. We don't really
Tack.
know.
I'm going to call it Talk because all my written puns are based off of that. But basically, the goal of the game is not to win, but to play a beautiful game. But also you want to win. And you win, it's sort of like a checkerboard, and you win by getting all of your color pieces to make a straight road across. But the pieces are always moving, and you have to like guess what your opponent is going to do next, and sort of like play off of them. So it's like more intense chess. And if you want to win at this game, you have to build up your tactics and analytic skills.
Takedo, more like talk I do.
Oh my gosh, that was so long ago.
Interreferencing in a podcast. It's happening.
Oh my gosh. Talk a hint and recommend a game for me.
Stop talking me.
All this talk and people are gonna leave.
On that note, let's move to Takanoko. So my honorable mention is Takanoko, which is also called Hungry Hungry Panda, because that's great, and it's about pandas eating bamboo and stuff, and it's beautiful.
Do you get bamboozled in this game?
Sometimes
I've actually never played Takanoko.
Sometimes it's just pandemonium.
Oh my gosh. We are going to get banned because of all these puns.
We're going to get reported on YouTube. Report. Too many puns.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so what is Takanoko about?
So Takanoko is about a panda and a gardener, and the gardener wants the bamboo to grow, and the panda just wants to eat and have a full belly. And so your goal is, you have lots of different goals. Some of them help the gardener to make the like bamboo garden more pretty for the emperor. And then others help the panda to get full, and you get victory points in lots of different ways. But it's super fun, and it's a super cute game, and Sara has never played it, so she needs to play it because our friends own it.
We'll have to play it sometime.
Maybe for International Tabletop Day. We'll see. Yeah, so that's our top 10 favorite board games.
Our Talk 10.
Talk 10 favorite board games all the time. We just never stop talking about it. So we better hurry up and get to our outro before we never finish funning. So anyways.
All our socials will be linked below. We'll also
usual.
link to a blog post on some of our friends. They have a blog where they talk about board games. So we'll talk about we'll link to a post where they talk about their 5 favorite board game boxes.
Yeah, so they talk about their 5 favorite and their 5 least favorite, because sometimes your board game boxes are really nice and are really easy to organize stuff, and sometimes they're really not.
Alright.
I think it's their blog is called Space Raptor and Lady Night.
Yeah.
I think that's right. So we'll link to them. And then also we have fun outros from our sound bites sometimes, like when we're doing our sound test that we keep in. So there should be one coming up after this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. And on that note, I guess we'll have to say, peace leave.
That is not...
Now we can do another sound check.
Now we have sound.
No. Sound doesn't exist unless there's a medium for it to travel through.
Like air?
Yeah, so it exists right now, but if we were in space, sound doesn't exist. I mean, we would be dying.
I just have like 5 air puns, and I spent too long trying to decide which one was the best one that I didn't say any of them, and now it's awkward.
That's fair.
I just broke my keyboard for you!
Oh no, don't do that! Oh my gosh, you really did! This needs to be included at the end of the episode.